Here's how I made $850 today day trading the S&P 500. So let's just get right into this. So throughout the morning session today, I did not really like the way price was printing, and it was just a high time frame accumulation. I didn't really have a good feel for price action. But a little later in the morning session, I started to see something, and here's what was going on. So if we scale out to the 5-minute here, if we scale out here on both NASDAQ, so this green box on both NASDAQ and the S&P 500 is a hourly fair value gap. And my bias was bullish today because it's the same thing on NASDAQ, but I'll just show you on ES. Because yesterday we pushed down to sweep these lows on NASDAQ, but we did not on ES, creating a bullish S&T. And then we closed the day by retracing all the way back up and holding this daily fair value gap on both NASDAQ and ES. We held it and did not inverse it. So that gave me a bullish bias, and I expected to target previous day high today for the day, giving me a bullish bias based off this bullish reversal candle on the daily. So scale back into the 5-minute. Let me find where we're at again. So back down on the 5-minute. This line is New York Open. So we retraced down here and we swept this internal low right there on ES, but this same low was not swept on NASDAQ, creating a bullish SMT here. SMT. So we had a bullish SMT there. And then following that, we got a good strong displacement move higher to get a change in the state to the upside. Right there. So that was telling me, okay, now is the time we're going to start getting a decent move to the upside. But I didn't really want to enter right here because I didn't really like the risk reward, because I'd have to have my stop all the way down here if I would have entered right off the 5-minute change. So from there, I marked out this 5-minute order block right here. I'll put that in black. This 5-minute order block right here. And I also scaled down into the 1-minute and saw this large 1-minute imbalance right here. Put that in blue. This large 1-minute bullish for value gap right here. So I was waiting for a retrace back down in here, which we got. And also giving me more conviction on this trade is we were also at equilibrium, 5-minute equilibrium right there. So we retraced back down into the 5-minute order block at a discount now and in a 1-minute large imbalance. Due to the poor price action we had been having so far, I didn't really want to enter right when we tapped it. Optimal entry, where I typically would have wanted to enter, would have been right when we hit equilibrium here. So my entry would have been right here, and that would have been a big winning trade, but I didn't really like it, and I wanted to see a little more confirmation that we were actually going to respect this due to this, as you can see, choppy price action we have had up until this point. So I scaled into the 15-second time frame from there, and I wanted to see a confirmation of these confluences, so I was waiting for a 15-minute change in the state, which occurred right there. Change in the state, last series of down close candles, sweeping liquidity, got closed above. And also we had this large 15-minute or 15-second bearish for value gap. I'll put that in purple. That got ran through to the upside. So that told me, all right, we respected these confluences. We got the 5-minute change in the state. My overall daily bias is bullish. This is a good time to enter. So I entered right here right when we confirmed this change in the state to the upside. It was right here. I placed my stop. All right, let me fix that. My entry price was $451.50 right there. Entry was right here, right after we confirmed the change in the state on the 15-second. I placed my stop below the lowest 15-second bullish fair value gap down here, because if we ran through all these fair value gaps, then we're probably most likely at least going to be taking out this low, if not rotating down to move lower. And that's just not, I didn't want to assume that risk. So I was fine putting my stop below this lowest 15-second bullish fair value gap, and I put my only take profit up here at London High. And as you can see, after my entry, that played out beautifully. We very, very minimal drawdown on this wick here, and pretty much continued right up into my take profit for a 1.84 risk reward trade, and I made $850 on this trade. Another thing to note is I was very de-risked on this trade because of the choppy price action we had. So I only risked about 500-ish here. But based on my risk management plan, I only used about half my risk I usually do. So I'm fine with it because of the accumulation we had. I wasn't fully convinced we were going to see this strong move higher at this point, so I only used half a position. So that's fine with me. So I only made $850, but that puts me back to green on the week after yesterday's loss, which is good. And yeah, hopefully we start getting a little better price action moving forward. Because yeah, this was very, very choppy this morning until later in the day we started to get some decent movement. But solid day overall, solid trade. I'm happy with the way I executed it. Nothing much I'd really change about it other than maybe use a little more risk, but that's not a big deal. I'm fine with the decision to de-risk. There was reason behind it. So overall day, plus 850 on the day, and I'll see you guys in any more trade recaps this week.